Hello Tokusatsu community, welcome back to SODO Sundays here on the Toku Toy Store YouTube channel. This is the series where I cover all the latest news from the Shoto, Yudo, and SODO line of figures from Japan. Today it's a very brief episode because we just have a little bit of news announcements, but they're exciting news announcements nonetheless. So let's get right into it with this episode of SODO Sundays. So, of course, we've been talking about Geo left and right here. Almost every single week we talk about a new figure in there, and this time we have two new figures, one to round out Set 4, and one to kick off Set 5 officially. So to round out Set 4, we have our first movie-exclusive form from Heisei Generations Forever, which is the upcoming movie that's coming out in about 2 to 3-ish weeks, something like that. I think it's more like 2 weeks. But yeah, it's the Kuga armor, so the armor of the very first Heisei rider, Kamen Rider Kuga, which Geo will use in that movie, and it looks like one of the toy exclusive forms. It has the same kind of basic armor look and aesthetic to it, but it actually is going to be in the movie in an actual physical suit, which is really neat. And they're actually throwing that into Set 4, and I thought it'd be Set 5. I didn't think there was enough room in Set 4, but there actually is. Set 4 is going to be filled with quite a bit of stuff, actually. They really were able to make Set 4 really worth it. And, I mean, it looks great. They have a couple additional pieces you can have. Instead of it being stickered arms, you can actually have like an entire arm piece if you want it to be a little more nicer. I mean, not really for me. I don't really see the point of that. It's very similar to the drive armor with the shift cars on the wrists. It's very similar to that. Same kind of idea there. But yeah, the Kuga armor is coming in Set 4, which means the final lineup for Set 4 is the O's armor, the Kabuto armor, the Kiva armor, the Blade armor, and the Kuga armor. They were able to get 5 armors out of this, which is, honestly, that's pretty impressive. I'm happy they're able to really make the full use of the lineup, so that way we're having slots open for other figures. And speaking of other figures, we do have our first figure in Set 5, the newest armor that he just got in the most recent episode, the Decade armor. So the Decade armor is shown to be slots number 1 and slot number 2 of Set 5. Looks fantastic. You get the sticker representing the ride card face that he has. He comes with the Ride Hey Saber in its sword mode. Wish that was cast in a gray plastic instead of black because it makes it not look very show accurate, but it's here nonetheless, and it looks great. They did mention in the blog that they will be doing the other Decade forms, like the Build Rabbit Tank Sparkling and the Ghost Grateful. They are going to be doing the other ones, but now we just have the base form Decade armor for Geo in the SODO line. And we already knew from previous updates that Wizard armor and Gaim armor were going to be in Set 5, so Set 5 seems to be a pretty exciting one with Decade and probably Gaim and for sure Wizard. So stay tuned on that part. And that's really about it here for SODO Sundays. Very quick episode, I know, but there was not a lot to talk about, just some Geo stuff. We had already talked about the build stuff last time. So, I mean, nothing really all that new. But, I mean, well, there's a lot new, but nothing else really. There was, recently, the Ryusoger scans just got released on the internet. So now we know what the Ryusoger scans or suits look like. So we have yet to know if we're going to get a Yudo line for them, like Q-Ranger and Lupin vs. Pot did. But it's possible. But stay tuned on SODO Sundays. We'll give you all the updates and news on that front. And if you like this video, go ahead and check out the rest of my content over at Toku Topics. You can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey. You can also see me every Friday night on RR The Streets. And until next time, everyone, Tokusatsu forever.